This is Nightline.
Tonight, the so-called ketamine queen, the accused drug dealer who prosecutors say sold Friends star Matthew Perry the drug that led to his shocking fatal overdose, making a deal with authorities, what she's expected to plead guilty to. Plus, body controversy, with celebs shifting away from past body positivity stances like Lizzo and Meghan Trainor, who sang all about that bass.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
The latest social media trend igniting a firestorm.
You need some skinny motivation today? I'm gonna be the one to give it to you.
Even getting some big influencers banned.
If the dessert looks prettier than it tastes, walk away.
Is what they're dishing up helpful hints or something more sinister? And Michelle Williams, the 5-time Oscar nominee, spilling the tea on her racy new series, opening up about her career from Dawson's Creek.
You're Dawson, yeah, I know. We met before. I'm Jen.
To Brokeback Mountain.
I still go fishing with Jack Twist.
Why she says her 40s are her best years yet.
I'm willing to risk it all. And I'm willing to go splat.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, after denying her role in the shocking death of beloved Friends actor Matthew Perry, the accused drug dealer known as the ketamine queen has agreed to plead guilty. Here's ABC's Trevor Ault.
Nearly 2 years after the fatal overdose of Friends star Matthew Perry, the so-called ketamine queen is now expected to plead guilty for supplying him with the dose that ultimately killed him. According to court documents, accused drug dealer Jasveen Sangha offered Perry a sample of ketamine through a friend, and within weeks, 50 vials would follow. The actor had been open about his longtime struggle with addiction, speaking with our Diane Sawyer a year before his death.
Addiction, the big terrible thing, is far too powerful for anyone to defeat alone. But together, one day at a time, we can beat it down.
Yeah. Your disease is just outside, just doing one-arm push-ups, just waiting for you, waiting to get you alone.
Court documents show after Perry's death, Sangha tried to destroy evidence of her involvement, texting their mutual friend, "Delete all our messages." Sangha is the 5th and final person charged in Perry's overdose, all of them pleading guilty.
In the end, these defendants were more interested in profiting off Mr. Perry than caring for his well-being.
Our thanks to Trevor. Sangha faces up to 65 years in prison. We turn now to the social media crossfire over the hashtag SkinnyTok, which some influencers say is about making common sense diet decisions. But critics argue it spreads dangerous messaging. Is SkinnyTok supportive or destructive? Here's ABC's Jinzer Z.
You need some skinny motivation today? I'm gonna be the one to give it to you.
At first swipe, it seems like social media is flooded with health and wellness content.
It is so easy. I don't even have a juicer. I make it in a blender.
You can still lose a lot of weight and keep it off if you do it right.
Let's make a supermodel snack.
Even the queen, skinny girl herself, Bethany Frankel, sharing supermodel snacks to her millions of fans. But there's one hashtag that has taken over with potentially dangerous consequences. Some say SkinnyTok may promote a dark side of social media, a community of mostly women who trade tips and hacks for getting and staying very thin.
Some of y'all around here with some hate for SkinnyTok. And we're not gonna have that.
I think the best thing about losing the weight that you want to lose is really just flexing on everybody who discouraged you.
It's not your hormones, it's your late night snacking.
SkinnyTok is given to us as wellness, but it's really just disguised harm.
One of the most high-profile SkinnyTok creators, Liv Schmidt, known for dishing out what some might see as harsh truths.
If the dessert looks prettier than it tastes, walk away. You are not a trash can. You are not going to finish it. And bonus, if you wear heels in your skinny activity, because it tones you, it burns more calories, your calves will look extra slay.
Schmidt's content projects a cool girl image, hinged on a skinny lifestyle, which some experts say could be harmful to vulnerable viewers.
It is really problematic, of course, because those who are obviously young and more susceptible to kind of getting roped into these subcultures, into the algorithm and the echo chambers, are very easily swayed by persuasive content.
The trend leading to a firestorm of controversy on social media.
Do you not realize that these are literally eating disorders that are
happening. I love being on SkinnyTok because I feel like it motivates me to be healthy.
TikTok says they banned the hashtag after detecting an increase in content that violated their policies. Liv Schmidt also got banned on the platform. Schmidt defending her content on Instagram, saying, "I'm not problematic, you're just too sensitive." According to the group Equip Health, which offers at-home family-based therapy for eating disorders, 5.5 million people were impacted by eating disorders in 2024.
Dozens of studies have found really high correlations between excessive social media use and risk of disordered eating and unhealthy body image. And we also know that hospitalizations for adolescents for eating disorders have climbed 6 to 7-fold.
It was just a decade ago that fuller figures were embraced in pop culture. Celebs like Meghan Trainor singing her hit booty anthem all about that bass.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do.
A few years later, Lizzo breaking barriers with songs like About Damn Time.
Is that bitch o'clock? Yeah, it's thick 30.
Both preaching to their fans to embrace their curves. But just this year, both also revealing that they've turned to GLP-1 medications, in part to slim down. Lizzo, who also credits diet changes to her recent weight loss, opening up on the Just Trish podcast.
Ozempic works because you eat less food.
Yeah, it makes you full.
So it makes you feel full. So if you can just do that on your own and get mind over matter, it's the same.
Thought we were all about body positivity, and then the weight loss drugs, the SkinnyTok, we've done a full flip.
There's no question, even with all the advances we have made in body positivity, people will always still want to be thin. So the result is this moral pushback, this counter movement.
As a content creator, Abby Sharp spends a lot of time on social media and has seen SkinnyTok's rise with her own eyes. The 37-year-old from Toronto is also a registered dietitian. Her videos set the record straight on misinformation.
We see young women with, thin, beautiful bodies saying, hey, if I did it, this is how I did it, and you can do it too if you follow my routine.
I also come from a background of eating disorders, and I didn't have social media.
I mean, yes, we had Kate Moss saying nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Social media is so much more in your face.
You also say you have a history of making enemies. Why create that type of content?
Can we stop attaching the word skinny to literally every piece of content we post?
I need folks to understand that if you are promoting something on the internet and you have influence, that you need to take some responsibility there.
EJ Dixon, a writer for The Cut, spent months investigating the inner world of SkinnyTok. She was diagnosed with an eating disorder as a teen, so for EJ, the subject is deeply personal.
I would just be confronted nonstop with this barrage of imaging and messaging that was really, really harmful and triggering to me, and it affected me like way more than I thought it would.
Why did you and when did you decide, I gotta get into this?
I realized that it was very similar to a lot of the eating disorder communities that I had grown up with, like Pro-Ana Tumblr, ED Twitter, that sort of thing. It seemed very much like old wine, new labels.
Her viral article also taking a deep dive into popular SkinnyTok influencer Liv Schmidt.
I think at some point she realized that the stuff that was really resonating with her followers had to do with diet and fitness and weight loss.
And so it was veiled very thinly with wellness.
Yes, ostensibly. A lot of these SkinnyTok influencers kind of play that game where they say, oh no, it's not about weight loss, it's about wellness.
Schmidt says that she recently became a certified weight loss coach. And despite being banned from TikTok, she still has a large reach online, including on YouTube, where she posts videos with titles like Act Fat, Get Fat, and Eat Wise, Drop a Size.
If you have to ask yourself, you're hungry, guess what? You're not.
ABC News reached out to Schmidt, who declined to comment. TikTok issuing a statement to ABC News, quote, "We regularly review our safety measures to address evolving risks and have blocked search results for SkinnyTok since it has become linked to unhealthy weight loss content. We continue to restrict videos from teen accounts and provide health experts and information in TikTok search." Now, when users search for hashtag SkinnyTok, they're shown a page with a hotline for the National Alliance for Eating Disorders.
I think it's a great first step that they are taking action to ban this hashtag, and the additional step of redirecting users towards mental health resources, I think they should be applauded for.
But the move is not foolproof. And as I learned, this one's Skinny Tips, SkinnyTok Mental Game. There's plenty of SkinnyTok content still available if you play with the spelling. When I type in just a couple variations, you can get all the same content. Let's try with just one little change. Yep. Skinny girl rules I live by. I mean, they're all still here. Experts say not all wellness content you see on social media is harmful, but more needs to be done.
People like extremes. They want the meal plan. They want this is exactly what I ate in a day to look like this. So I think that the only way to safely do it is by a healthcare professional.
People are really smart and they're going to adapt around various regulations that social media platforms institute. This type of community isn't going away anytime soon.
Our thanks to Ginger. Up next, Michelle Williams pulls back the bedroom curtain on her provocative new series, Dying for Sex.
I've never even had an orgasm with another person. And now I'm gonna die.
And welcome back. Five-time Oscar nominee Michelle Williams has graced the stage and the big screen, gathering awards and acclaim every step of the way. She's in a daring new series now called Dying for Sex, which she says is the most fun of all. Here's ABC's Chris Connolly.
Michelle Williams is an actress of rare emotional depth, acclaimed for decades of compelling performances. She's a five-time Oscar nominee, a Tony nominee, and an Emmy winner.
Michelle Williams Fosse Verdon.
For the FX limited series Fosse Verdon.
She used to be a society girl, but then she met the wrong man.
But when she made her 1998 debut on the WB series Dawson's Creek at age 17, she was unsure and unformed as an actress and as a person.
Dawson, yeah, I know. We met before. I'm Jen.
When I was first starting out, because I started when I was so young, I was really having to figure out, in a way, through these characters, well, who am I? Because I didn't have like a conventional education, I didn't have a conventional family structure, and so I was using these characters as a way to grow myself.
Over the last 2 decades, she and that work have been recognized for powerful performances often wreathed in loss or grief, from Manchester by the Sea to My Week with Marilyn and Brokeback Mountain.
You still go fishing with Jack Twist?
Williams is now Emmy-nominated for a daring project that finds her at the peak of her exceptional powers.
She continued to seek pleasure amidst painful procedures and bad news, and that the diagnosis was not going to be who she was.
As Michelle Williams portrays her in Dying for Sex, when Molly Cochin is told her cancer has returned, it comes with a terminal diagnosis.
I'm too young, and it sucks, okay? I've never even had an orgasm with another person. And now I'm gonna die.
That news propels Molly onto a unique sexual journey, spurning her sexless husband and avidly pursuing unconventional intimacy.
This diagnosis became a portal, and it became a way for her, in the time that she had left, to go back to heal an original wound and to experience pleasure in a body before she no longer had a body to experience.
Based on the true story, as chronicled on Molly and Nikki Boyer's podcast, downloaded some 5 million times since it first dropped in 2020.
For Molly, it was never really about the partners. Chances were, with the time that she had left, she wasn't going to fall in love. But she could use these experiences as a way to fall in love with herself.
Dying for Sex displays Williams' unmatched ability to convey the deepest emotion and shifts in feeling amid the most extreme circumstances.
Please help me. To play Molly, what I came to understand is her bravery to take the worst news and to continue to view her life with creativity and joy and pleasure. And I thought, I'd like that.
What gave you confidence then that you could play Molly?
I don't know if it's confidence really, but I think it's a leap of faith, and I enjoy taking those. Life is the scarier thing. Life is what has real consequences. And when you're an actor, the worst thing that can happen is that you're made to feel embarrassed by what you've done. And that's not going, nobody's ever died of embarrassment.
So at some point you told your husband, this is going to be a part of our lives from now on.
Oh yeah, my husband, my daughter who was a teenager at the time, everybody said, go mom, go.
Williams was just a teenager when she and the rest of the Dawson's Creek cast began what would be a 6-season run on the WB early in 1998.
Are you ready for this good time?
Dawson's Creek was like going to acting school. It was like 6.5 years of here's how you be a professional. Here's how you learn lines. Here's how you hit a mark. Here's how you build community.
That feeling of community on a project would fuel her current preference for the limited series format in the work she does now.
Now I love making these limited series because it's a much longer engagement. You can have 4, 5, 6 months with these people and you can really embed and get that family feeling. And I really personally crave that.
You didn't go up there to fish.
In 2005 came the acclaimed film that would change her life forever. When we think of your career, we think of Brokeback Mountain as being the moment when we regarded you in a different way as an actor. What was it gave you as an actor? The capacity to show that kind of emotion that would sort of set the stage for what you could do afterwards?
Oh gosh. Well, it made me a mother.
Her daughter with the late Heath Ledger, Matilda, turns 20 this year, the eldest of Williams' 4 kids, 3 with her husband, Hamilton director Thomas Kail. You've talked about how she's much more open in the kinds of things that Molly explores than maybe our generations might have been.
Right, I was thinking maybe this show won't have meaning to them and they won't really understand what it feels like to grow up with shame and sex intertwined.
Would you take a picture of me slapping my own butt? Butthole or no butthole?
A hint of butthole.
Oh.
Maybe somewhere in my 40s, I found myself capable of a little more relaxation, and then I was having more enjoyment. I'm willing to risk it all, and I'm willing to go splat.
It's a remarkable body of work that Michelle Williams has forged with her family's steadfast support.
I'm lucky enough to know that that support walks with me all day, every day, no matter what choice I make. I don't really work all that often, and when I do say that I want to go to work, my family says, great, it's about time.
Our thanks to Chris. Dying for Sex is streaming now on Hulu. And when we come back, remembering a stuntman known for his daring feats, including an iconic album cover from one of rock's biggest bands. And finally tonight, Ronnie Rondell Jr. has died. A legendary career stuntman, Rondell performed in box office smashes like Thelma and Louise, The Matrix Reloaded, and Speed, but is perhaps best known for being set on fire for the cover shot of the 20+ million-selling album Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. The iconic photo reportedly took 15 takes to capture. Ronnie Rondell Jr. was 88. What a legend. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here, same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.